The sea remembers everything. Every war, every scream, every ship swallowed by darkness. And somewhere beneath those endless black waters, the ghosts of forgotten sailors still drift silently. 10 years ago, the city of Troy burned beneath the sky. Kings became legends, heroes became myths, and one man earned the hatred of the gods. His name was Odysseus, warrior of Ithaca, destroyer of Troy, the man who survived a decade of bloodshed, only to begin a far more terrifying journey. Because after the war ended, the real nightmare began. Not on land, but at sea. Tonight, we enter a world of storms, monsters, ancient gods, and endless oceans. A world where every island hides death. A world where survival itself becomes a curse. This is the Odyssey. For 10 years, the Greeks surrounded Troy. 10 years of war, 10 years of suffering. Thousands died beneath its walls, and still, the city refused to fall, until Odysseus created the impossible, the wooden horse, a gift left outside the gates of Troy. Inside it, Greek soldiers waited silently. The Trojans celebrated victory. They drank, laughed, opened their gates, and during the night, death entered the city. Fire consumed Troy. Children cried through smoke-filled streets. Palaces collapsed. The war ended in blood and ash. And while the Greeks celebrated, Odysseus looked toward the sea, because deep inside, he already felt something terrible waiting for him there. Odysseus gathered his men, 12 ships, hundreds of exhausted warriors, all dreaming of home, of wives, of children, of peace, far away, on the island of Ithaca. His wife, Penelope, still waited for him. His son, Telemachus, had grown older without a father, and every day, hope faded a little more. But Odysseus promised himself one thing. No matter what waited ahead, he would return home, even if the gods themselves tried stopping him. And soon, they did. Their first stop seemed peaceful. An island covered in golden flowers, warm air, quiet beaches, friendly people. Too friendly. The island's inhabitants offered Odysseus's men a strange fruit, the lotus, sweet, beautiful, and poisonous to memory. The moment his men ate it, they forgot everything. Home no longer mattered. Family no longer mattered. War no longer mattered. They wanted only one thing, to stay forever. Odysseus watched in horror as his warriors smiled dreamlessly beneath the sun. Not dead. Worse, empty. He dragged them back to the ships by force, because he understood something terrifying. Some traps do not destroy people violently. Some traps simply make them forget who they are. And the sea carried them onward, toward something far darker. The island looked abandoned. Massive cliffs rose above black beaches. Strange animal bones covered the ground. Odysseus entered a giant cave with several men. Inside, they discovered enormous food supplies, milk, cheese, livestock. Then the ground began shaking. A shadow blocked the cave entrance, and suddenly they saw him, Polyphemus, the Cyclops, a giant with one burning eye, massive hands, rotting teeth, and hunger beyond human understanding. The monster grabbed one soldier instantly, crushed his skull against stone, and devoured him alive. The cave filled with screams. Odysseus realized brute strength could not save them, only intelligence. So he created a plan. He offered the monster strong wine, and as the Cyclops became drunk, Odysseus smiled calmly. "My name," he said, "is Nobody." When the creature collapsed asleep, the Greeks sharpened a massive wooden stake. Then together, They drove it directly into the monster's eye. The scream that followed shook the island itself. The Cyclops roared in agony. Other monsters gathered outside the cave. "Who attacks you?" they shouted. And Polyphemus screamed, "Nobody!" The others left, believing madness had consumed him. And Odysseus escaped beneath the sheep as dawn arrived. But pride became his greatest mistake. As the ships sailed away, Odysseus shouted his real name to the monster. The Cyclops lifted his bleeding face toward the sky and prayed to his father, Poseidon, god of the sea. From that moment onward, the ocean itself became Odysseus's enemy. The sea changed immediately. Clouds swallowed the sky. Waves rose like mountains. Lightning tore through darkness. And somewhere inside the storm, Poseidon watched. The god did not merely hate Odysseus. He wanted him broken, lost, forgotten. One by one, ships disappeared beneath the ocean. Men drowned screaming. And Odysseus realized something horrifying. This journey was no longer about returning home. It had become survival against destiny itself. After endless storms, Odysseus reached the island of Aeolus, keeper of the winds. The god pitied him and offered a gift, a leather bag containing every dangerous wind in existence. Only one current remained free, the wind leading directly home. For the first time in years, Ithaca appeared on the horizon, home so close. But human weakness destroys many miracles. While Odysseus slept, his men stared at the mysterious bag. Treasure, they whispered. Gold, jewels, riches, and driven by greed, they opened it. Instantly, the imprisoned winds exploded across the sea. The ships spun violently backward. Home vanished once again into darkness. Sometimes, human beings stand inches from happiness and destroy it with their own hands. The island of Circe felt cursed. Beautiful forests, silent animals, and a palace hidden beneath shadows. Inside waited Circe, a sorceress with eyes colder than winter. She welcomed Odysseus's men kindly, fed them, smiled at them, then transformed them into pigs. Not metaphorically, literally. Their bodies twisted grotesquely. Human voices became terrified squeals. Only Odysseus remained untouched, protected by a divine herb gifted by Hermes himself. Circe watched him resist her magic, and for the first time, she became afraid, then fascinated. Months passed on the island. Pleasure, wine, comfort. But slowly, Odysseus realized another dangerous truth. Not all prisons are painful. Some feel beautiful, and those are the hardest to escape. And after years of storms, after monsters, war, loss, and endless darkness, Odysseus finally returned home. Not as the man who left Troy, but as someone transformed by suffering. The sea had taken everything from him, his friends, his ships, his innocence, but it could not take away his will to keep moving forward. And perhaps that is why the Odyssey still survives after thousands of years, because beneath the gods and monsters, it tells a deeply human truth, that every person, in one way or another, is trying to find their way home, sometimes through loneliness, sometimes through pain, sometimes through darkness so deep it feels endless, but the journey continues, always. And here, at Neuer, we explore stories exactly like this. Stories filled with mythology, philosophy, human emotion, and cinematic atmosphere. Stories that do not simply entertain, but stay inside your mind long after they end. So if you enjoy dark storytelling, epic journeys, psychological depth, and immersive cinematic narration, then you are already part of this world. Close your eyes, listen to the sea, and prepare for the next journey. Subscribe to Neuer, because some stories are not meant to be forgotten. They are meant to live forever.